We couldn't be more excited to have Steve with us today from Vizrt Group. How did you end up becoming the CMO of Vizrt Group?
I've always been interested in technology and storytelling, and I guess that's what all marketeers are ultimately doing. So I approached marketing from a digital background, used to run e-commerce site, and then moved into being a director of digital, and I worked for what is now BBC Studios, and after that I worked for Virgin Media Business. So this idea of using technology to really reach and impact audiences was really very interesting to me. And I came across Vizrt because I'm also a little bit of a news junkie. If you remember the US election, about 4 billion people on the planet would have been exposed to Vizrt's output. We do the graphics that make news shows work. So things called lower thirds that sit along the bottom. When you see swingometers and 3D models of the White House, most of that is our technology. Vizrt stands for visualization in real time. We use technology to help people tell better stories. And we all believe that video is the most powerful communications tool that this planet has ever seen. So we're on a bit of a mission to make video easy. We believe it should be fun, but here's the secret. Live video production is really, really complex. So we try and dial down that complexity so the world's storytellers can focus in on creating fantastic content.
What's one career advice you received as a marketing leader that's been particularly valuable to you?
I guess the one piece has been, we are not our audience. And I've used that to try and remember that you want to orientate all of your marketing communications against your target group. If you start to assume you know how they're going to react, you understand where their friction and pain points are, you start to take shortcuts. And then you can find yourself being discombobulated from their real pain points. So remembering that we're not always our audience. We're seeking insight into our audience and into our customer base, but actually doing the research, actually finding the evidence and then testing is absolutely key.
Last year was tough for anything that was event related. As a result, did you feel you had few opportunities to market your product?
We are, I guess, really lucky. We're uniquely placed. So people stopped being able to travel. Our sales teams around the world couldn't rock up at people's premises to have meetings. But we do video. We do live video production. And we also own a video over IP standard called NDI, which is a way of putting a lot of information over a standard Ethernet cable without quality loss. So you can connect point A and point B and deliver rich information. So we already had the technology to be able to continue to reach out to our audience. And more importantly, for our customers who have their own audiences, we were able to provide them different ways of working around the challenges that the pandemic gave them. Our technology really enabled people to step forward and work remotely, but still produce great looking shows. So for us, the loss of physical interactivity meant that we just simply accelerated our use of our core products and componentry.
In your opinion, what does the future events landscape look like? Do you think virtual events are here to stay?
Going forward, yes, I think in-person meetings and some smaller trade show events will return because we're human. We like to connect. And I think video is powerful, but so is a face-to-face meeting. But as a CMO, looking at my budget and I'm thinking, you know what? I got a lot done last year. I was still able to reach out. I was still able to drive my MQLs and convert those and support my sales teams and really drive customer experience. So do I really want to go back to that really burdensome travel and entertainment budget that I used to spend? Or do I want to have a hybrid type model where I can do some targeted conversations like we're doing now? I still see a really strong hybrid model going forwards.
What are you most excited about for 2021? Is there anything interesting that you've already planned for your company?
Absolutely. We started off the year, January is always a busy time with sales kickoffs, and we just finished the sales kickoff for one of our brands, New Tech, yesterday. But I think technology, video, and the way that people use it to communicate is going to play an even larger part in the way that we communicate. And we're all becoming TV stars in our own little shows every day. We're all sitting in front of Zoom or Teams. So I think we've got a raft of innovations which are really designed to drive down that complexity. How can we make it simpler for people to put together TV quality shows without needing a TV budget. So how can you take the technical direction, the artistic direction, and do things like virtual sets and augmented reality and put that in the hands of people like me, planning and will be delivering things like virtual sets and augmented reality to really explain my story, my products, and that's what I'm really looking forward to this year.
Thank you so much, Steve, for joining us for this Ortus chat. I look forward to connecting with you again soon.
Brilliant. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.